You know that feeling? When you've planned the perfect surprise, or you say, I love you a dozen times, but you can just tell your partner didn't really get it. It's this super frustrating, super common feeling. And in this explainer, we're going to crack the code on exactly why that happens.
Yeah, it's that emotional gap, right? It feels like you're pouring all this love out and it's just not landing. But here's the thing, the problem usually isn't a lack of love. It's a total breakdown in communication. It's almost like you're speaking English and they're hearing French.
And this right here is what it looks like in practice. One person is putting in all this effort, constantly trying to show their love, while the other person just feels kind of lonely, emotionally disconnected. The love is there for sure, but the message is getting totally lost in translation.
So, what's the fix?
Well, this is where Dr. Gary Chapman's whole concept of the love languages is an absolute game changer. He figured out that we all have a primary way we understand and feel loved. And if you're not speaking your partner's primary language, all your best efforts might just be going right over their head. Learning their language, well, that's the key that unlocks the whole thing.
All right, so let's dive into the first language, words of affirmation. Now, for people who speak this language, words are everything. They aren't just words, they're literally the main way they feel loved and seen and valued.
And you know, the real power here is in the details. Of course, I love you is huge, but notice the impact of something specific like, I love how you handle challenges calmly. Wow, that shows you're actually paying attention. Even a simple, encouraging text message can completely fill their emotional tank for the whole day.
And this quote from Chapman just nails it. Think about it. Just like a plant needs sunlight to grow, these sincere, encouraging words are absolutely vital for the emotional well-being of someone whose language is words of affirmation.
But then again, for a whole other group of people, this classic phrase isn't just a saying, it's their entire philosophy, and it's the perfect bridge to our next love language.
So, number 2 is acts of service. For these folks, honestly, words can feel a little cheap. They feel loved when you show them, you know? When you take something off their plate and just make their life a little bit easier.
And the process is simple, but it is so powerful. This isn't about, grudgingly doing chores because you have to. No. It's about proactively seeing something that needs to be done, taking the initiative without even being asked, and then doing it with a positive spirit. That's what screams I love you to them.
I mean, just listen to this example. It really wasn't about the clean dishes. It was the consistent, loving action that sent a much deeper message. It said, I see you, I see your burden, and I care. That simple, daily act spoke more love to her than 1,000 I love yous ever could.
Okay, on to our third language, receiving gifts. And right out of the gate, we need to get one thing straight about what this really means. This is by far the biggest misconception. People hear gifts, and they immediately think it's about being materialistic or wanting expensive stuff. But that's not the heart of this language at all, not even close.
The real key here is mindfulness. A gift is just a tangible, physical symbol that says, I was thinking of you when you weren't around. It could be a cool rock you found on a walk, or a book they mentioned wanting weeks ago. It's the thought, not the price tag, that makes them feel absolutely cherished.
Now, our final 2 languages, quality time and physical touch, are actually so deeply connected that we're going to talk about them together, because they both revolve around one central, incredibly powerful idea: your presence.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We are constantly slammed with notifications, emails, a million things pulling at our focus. It has never been harder in human history to just be present with the people we love.
And that right there is why this is so powerful. In our crazy modern world, giving someone your focused, undivided attention, I'm talking phone down, eyes up, just being with them, that might be the most valuable and loving gift you can possibly offer.
So this presence shows up in 2 main ways. First, quality time. This is all about giving someone your focused, undivided attention, whether you're having a deep conversation or just taking a walk together. And then there's physical touch. For someone who speaks this language, a reassuring hug or just holding their hand communicates safety, love, and connection more powerfully than anything you could ever say. I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Sometimes when you just don't have the words, a caring touch can bridge that gap and communicate everything that needs to be said without a single sound.
So there you have it, the 5 languages. But look, just understanding them is only the first step. The real magic, the real change, happens when we move from just knowing this stuff to actually putting it into practice. intentionally, every single day.
So you might be thinking, okay, how do I figure out someone's language? Well, start by being a detective. Just observe. Pay close attention to how they naturally show love to other people. That's a huge clue. And listen to what they complain about most often. Seriously, the thing they feel is missing is usually a direct signpost to their primary love language.
Ultimately, this is what it all comes down to. According to Gary Chapman, love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice. It's an action you decide to take day in and day out. So, with everything you now know, which language are you going to intentionally choose to speak to someone you care about today?